This course about SAP Business One purchases, inventory, sales, accounting, and payments with bank cash flow. It will take all these process timeline from the purchase order, from the creation of the purchase order, the goods received and how it affects the accounting journal, the provider invoicing and how it affects these three accounts in the journal, and the payment from to the provider when we affect the banks and the account that we debit to the provider. And then we are going to see also the sales, how do we create the sales order, the delivery of the goods to the client and how it affects the accounting journals, the invoicing because we are affecting here the taxes and the account receivables, and also when we receive the payment from the client, we are affecting the bank account because we are receiving money and we are lowering the account receivable. We are going to see step by step how do we execute this on the SAP Business One system. For example, here we have how we create a purchase order. We are going to see how do we make all these steps to create the invoice and how it affects also the accounting journal. Okay, so we are going to explore this step by step, and then we are going to see how to make a reversal of all the transactions. For example, here we have the reverse payment to the provider, how we create an invoice credit memo to delete the invoice that we issued to this provider, and also how do we make a reversal of the payment, and how do we have to make a goods returns or return the products to the provider. At the same time, we are going to cover step by step what happens with the accounting journals since we make a delivery or receipt of the products, the invoicing and the payments, in this case of the purchase, and on the sales, how do we have to make a sales order for a goods delivery to the client and how it affects the accounting journal, the client invoicing and the payment from the client, and how do we have to make a reverse of all these transactions by issuing an invoice credit memo, and the goods return from the client when we have to make a delete of the invoice. For example, we are going to see here step by step how do we create an invoice to the client, how do we have to execute this, and how it is affecting all the journals, and also how it is the relationship map after we create all these from the sales order, the delivery, and the invoice that we just created. At the same time of the also like the purchase module, we are going to review step by step all these transactions of the sales module, what happens when we deliver the products to the client and we are affecting the inventory, we make an invoice and we are affecting the accounts receivable and the bank and the taxes, and the payments from the clients, how we are affecting the cash at bank and the account receivable, and how to make a delete or a reversal of all these transactions using a credit memo.